I use the expression, how many light bulbs does it take to change a person? Sometimes it's one. You know, the light just goes on, you've got to do it. And sometimes it's a whole series of things that add up cumulatively over time.
You can, if you approach it in the right way and you get the right kind of support, develop all sorts of ideas. So I think it's about what's their passion, what are they excited about, and do they really want to go into business? Because I think people need to be clearer about this. When you become a social entrepreneur, you're going into business. You know, you're not starting a charity. You're going into business that delivers social good.
There's an odd mix of vision and agility. You know, that if 3 years into starting up as a social entrepreneur, you're still following the same model you had on your plan on day one, you are a true exception. So please step forward. We have a special award for you. You know, circumstances change, and what is it? I think was it the German General Clausewitz who said, "No battle plan survives one day's encounter with the enemy." And the same is true of business plans. No business plan survives one day's contact with reality. What matters to be a social entrepreneur, number one, is the motivation, and that has to be a really strong, committed passion, because it will get tough. And unless you're completely dedicated to what you're doing, the chances are you'll get knocked out of the frame. You know, something will happen, the cash runs out, some PR disaster, people let you down, it takes 10 times longer than you thought it would. All these things, they do happen. They are not the occasional black swan on the horizon, they are regular occurrences. You do have to be very determined. So motivation is number one. Resourcefulness, you'll never have enough of the right kind of resources, so you've got to find workarounds. And remember, ideas are cheap, entrepreneurs are expensive. Delivery is the thing. If you're prepared to put in the sweat to deliver it, it doesn't matter how many other people try and copy your idea. If they're not prepared to put in the sweat, it won't happen anyway.
Never say die. You know, not being put off by people like me, not being put off by anyone, just, you know, powering ahead. And when I look at some of my most exciting members, I see people who've never taken no for an answer and who've just bloody-minded, in a bloody-minded fashion, just gone ahead with their idea and made it work. And I think that's the, you know, survival isn't a coincidence.